Welcome to the second match of the night. With me tonight, we got the winner of our initial match, Vincent Chandler, also known as Clash and Kenobi. Vincent, how does it feel to move on into the top 8 of the Legacy Premier League?
Pretty good, considering I started out with a meme and then decided to actually, you know what, perhaps I should play a real deck. Yeah, pretty good. That was good. I got very lucky against Caleb, unfortunately. For him, not for me. I mortified and thought, we're going to game 3. And then when I drew that jitter, I almost wet myself with excitement. It was probably the best draw I could have got at that point in time. So yeah, it's pretty good.
So would you say you would recommend Death and Taxes a lot more than the Red Stumpy deck?
At the moment, yeah. I think we need to refine Rat Stompy as a community and figure out what black creature fits in the 3-drop slot. And then we can go from there. But at the moment, yeah, D&T is a more tried and tested deck.
Yeah, I remember the one time we played against each other, you played that deck, and you actually defeated me when I was nerfs. So props to you.
Yeah, I've played a lot of weird Stompy brews over the years, including obviously your famous pirate one.
Oh, that was you
That's how we first
I remember that. I know it was you. But I didn't know you at the time. I thought you were I don't know why, but I thought you were some Brazilian streamer because somebody told me you were from Brazil. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the beard, who knows. But yeah, I got really excited. I was like, it's Julian. He's like a minor celebrity in legacy circles. And I'm playing his deck. And then we had that amazing match and it was live on stream. And then you tweeted about it. It was brilliant. That was one of my fondest memories of streaming so far. You get to play a fell flagship in legacy. I think are we gonna go to some deck lists, or do I need to look on the site for the deck lists?
Yeah, so we got Bob Huang going up against Andrea Mengucci. Bob, who's been known as a champion of Grixis Delver, sticking to his guns after having a love affair with 4-color Loam in the group stage, and his list is pretty stock, I would say. I'm not really... I guess the 2 Grim Lavamans on the main deck are kind of like a metagame choice against a lot of elves and Death and Taxes, which we kind of expected. Those 2 are not going to do well in the matchup that he's about to face, which is Andrea on OmniTell. I think it's actually mono blue OmniTell. The first game I would believe.
Yeah, I don't think the Grim Lavamans got very many targets, really, against OmniShow.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's it called? Mons Goblins Raiders, like the 1/1 for 1.
Well, he can shoot a face at the end of every turn as he grinds it out, but he might not get a chance to grind it out. We'll soon see, won't we?
Yeah. I'm just looking at... How do you feel about the first game? He's got 2 spell pierces, he's got 3 discard spells. It's not the end of the world. The daisies are probably not going to be too relevant. I think the most important part for Bob is to stick an early Delver and ride it to victory, because Andrea can't really remove it.
100%. I think it benefits the Delver player that they're not blind, more so than the OmniShow player, because the Delver player can then consider whether or not his hand is relevant to the matchup without having all the removal, because obviously Lightning Bolt's a relatively useless card unless we get to sort of a burning him out situation. So I think not being blind improves his chances somewhat, so he can actually have the anti-combo hand. Meanwhile, OmniShow is obviously just going to do what OmniShow does, right? Yeah.
If we put up Andrea's deck list here, he's actually playing Chase the Mind Sculptor in the main deck, which is somewhat of an uncommon choice. He probably... I could see that as a hedge against Grixis Control, for example, where it's a great card. But the rest, is there anything that sticks out to you?
No, I didn't realise he was straight OmniShow until looking at the list. I didn't get to catch the games last week. 2 Intuition, 2 Impulse. Sometimes they vary that up a little bit. I play the deck a little bit with only 1 Impulse. But he's playing 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain, 4 Brainstorm. Yeah, he's fully on the cantrip plan there. He's got 14 cantrips if you include Impulse. He's got a lot of air and then just Emrakuls.
And he's got Procedure in the main deck, and Bob knows about that. So, I mean... There's not too much you can do. If you see Procedure and you have the Wasteland, you're going to take it down. But if Andrea ever untaps with Procedure, it's going to be probably lights out for Bob. That's going to be really tough to beat.
It's the sideboarding that I'm interested to see. Is this the matchup where Andrea wants his things in the ice? Because I'm not sure what matchup you want those in. Is this the one?
Yeah, I was actually wondering. I think it might be more for the mid-rangey decks that take out the creature removal against Bob.
Okay.
Could be interesting. We're going to see whether he's going to take it.
Because he's not playing the new Battle Bond card, is he? That allows you to cycle through cards in your hand, because he's only got... what's it called? Artisan of Spells or something? It taps to draw a card, then exile a card from hand and make a token. But the Sneak and Show decks are playing, but obviously OmniShow doesn't have enough creatures to make...
Oh, that one, yeah. Is it Artisan or something? Yeah, that's what you play.
I'm sure chat will tell us in a moment how...
Something Artisan.
Arcane Artisan, says Jarvis. There we go. Card's great, but not so good when you've only got 3 creatures.
Yeah.
So let's go with. So we've got 3 hands.
Yeah. Bob has the turn 1 Delver, and he's got Thoughtseize and a follow-up play on turn. Actually, it's going to be awkward. Like, if you go for turn 1 Delver, actually, I'm not even sure if you go for turn 1 Delver here. Because if Andrea taps out for Ponder, then Bob can safely Thoughtseize, like, through potentially a spell piece.
I mean, it's interesting because obviously we've just seen the hand that I said that a Delver player necessarily wouldn't want to keep, which is Double Bolts. But I guess if he's got Delver plus Pyro and Double Bolt, perhaps Double Bolt actually might get him there, because that's like, he's looking at 9, 12 points of damage, not including any Pyro tokens at the moment. So that might be his plan, it's just to swap with a Thoughtseize and then burn him out.
Yeah, and he actually finds the Wasteland for Position, which he doesn't know about yet, but... Okay.
Oh, he did go Delver, so no Thoughtseize. Which is that risky here, considering he has no way to interact if he just were to slam a Soul Land and go Show and Tell?
I would... Oh yeah, I need to update Cardboard.live for a moment. I'll be with you in a minute.
So we've got another Ponder, another cantrip from the 14 cantrip deck. And he finds a Force of Will. So he's got Force of Will and Omniscience. He doesn't have the titular Show and Tell yet, or a payoff for going Omniscience, because he doesn't have a Wish or an Emrakul yet. Will Delver blind flip? That is the question. Come on. Yes, Bob. Yes.
Yeah, he's still the master of Delver. I think Bob actually knows his place in the matchup, especially in the first game. Like, he has to, what I call, like, work variance in your way. Like, you have to give yourself the chance to be lucky, and he went for that. Like, he's putting Andrea not having the turn 2 kill, and his blind Delver flipping on the second turn. And now he can follow it up with Thoughtseize. Unfortunately, it's going to be spell pierced, but you have to try.
I think is it resolving? I've got 2 screen overlays. I can't see what's going on. Yeah, Preordained did resolve. No spell pierce. Spell pierce is going to pierce the Thoughtseize though, which I think is a high value play to protect his hand here. Because the last thing he wants to do is have one of those cards torn out. It's interesting you say that obviously the Delver expert. I'm no Delver expert. I've only dabbled with Delver a little bit. He knows, like you said, to just assume there's no blind turn 2 kill. Get on the beatdown, because I guess he's got to get those 12, 14, 15 points of damage through as fast as possible before Andrea can sculpt his hand. But here's a free impulse, no interaction from Bob. He gets to just look at 4 cards and sculpt. Have a look at
Stropos, just saw your message. We can do song requests on my regular stream, but probably not on the LPL stream. There's just too much things going on we have to take care of. Yeah.
So Andrea's found the Show and Tell. So he's got it. So it's a question of when he goes for it. Unfortunately for him, Bob has just drawn the Force of Will. So now Andrea needs to set up a turn where he's got Show and Tell, Force Protection, can put Omniscience in, and then some sort of payoff that turn or the turn after. So again, that's Wish or Emrakul, or perhaps cantrips to dig into it. But wasting on the Presaging means that, this Force of Will is going to be valuable now.
And I actually don't hate Bob's position. If he ever gets to untap, which he probably will, he's not in that bad of a position. He's got 2 boards, which provide quite an amount of reach, even though he's only sitting on 1 red mana, which could be an issue because he wants to sequences like Pyromancer into the next 2 boards. And it's also kind of awkward for him because he's not sure whether he wants to run the Preordain out there, because the Preordain is his only blue card that he could pitch to Force of Will.
I mean, I personally wouldn't go for the Preordain here, but he would have better than I do. I don't see what the downside to just slamming Young Pyro, keeping the Force up, and just going to face with everything. There's no... Has he got another line? This will be really interesting to see if he does have another line. He's gone to end step, hasn't he? Yes.
Yeah, and he passes.
That's interesting.
Oh, so he wants to be able to Force of Will and pay for Spell Pierce that Andrea could play if he had a Soul Land.
I see, okay.
And if he doesn't, then he's going to end step the boards. And
okay,
I think he might have done the Mars.
That's really solid. Because I mean, even if he does, as you just said, keep up the Spell Pierce mana, he gets to bolt face at end of turn, like we just saw.
Yeah, and it might actually be the same kind of clock, because now he gets to bolt again if he wants to.
Why not double bolt and end step there, do you think?
He couldn't, because he only had a single red mana.
Of course, yes. Underground Sea cannot cast Lightning Bolt. The fundamentals of Magic that I'm failing at here.
Yeah, we haven't printed playable Tri lands yet. Might be the next step.
That's the way to get rid of the reserve list, right?
Quadruple lands.
If everyone just starts playing 8 bar, we don't have to worry about colours. You've seen it. Also, Pontiff, I only play your 1 black source, just violet in.
This is also interesting.
Look at this. He is just
Andrea is now cut off from fetching and from Force of Willing, so I think this game might pretty much be in the bag for Bob. Like, taking down the first game is going to be huge.
Yeah, that's massive. I'm really impressed. Like, the way he kept his hand, he played against the conventional logic. I would have given advice to. If a new player leaned across to me and said, "Vince, what do I do here?" I would not have gone with the line that Bob did. It just proves that he's an expert, that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, unless he had to go to the bathroom or something. I'm pretty sure that he figured out that the clock is actually the same whether he plays Pyromancer or not. And that way he gets a player on Spell Pierce. And now Andrea, he's going for the Force of. He just wants to like get some information what Bob was actually holding, probably.
I mean, Bob could not have Force of Will there, and then he gets to play Omniscience out, then die. So you never know, you know.
Oh. So from Bob's side, but I looked at that earlier. He's definitely bringing in the 2 Pyroblasts and the Flusterstorm, and he's bringing another. Yeah, he's bringing. No, he already has 2 in the main deck. What? I'm seeing 2 Diabolic Addicts. Oh yeah, those are on the sideboard. Yeah, exactly. He's bringing the Addicts for the random show and tell into Emrakul. And what is he taking out? We see him taking out a Gurmag Angler, which he probably doesn't need. He's pretty much relying on Delver. I could see him taking out a young Pyromancer, maybe because it's quite mana intensive. But he's taking out the board, which
was
makes
that K-Command sideboard already?
He's got 1 K-Command in the sideboard, yeah.
Okay.
And he's taking out the Grim Pyromancers.
The funny thing with like decks again, like the Wish Storm decks and then Omnishow as well, is that they don't actually have that much sideboard slots because they obviously have all the combo and like reach cards when they go for their Omniscience combo. Like we see that I love it. The random Eldamary's Call in his sideboard that I'm pretty sure he won't be bringing in. I love that card so much.
It's pretty flavorful.
Yeah, but it's pretty solid when he just goes like Omniscience, Wish, Eldamary's Call, Wish for Emrakul, cast Emrakul, win.
So what's Andrea doing? Andrea took out the chase. He's not preparing for the long game, which I guess makes sense. But what did he actually bring in? Can you see that? Oh, let me actually look.
No, I've missed it.
Which you also can, if you're watching in the Cardboard.live overlay, you can just like click on the left or right side and pull up Andrea's decklist anytime during the stream, which is super convenient. So looking at the decklist, I would think he brought in...
This is what I mean. Like half of the stuff just isn't things you bring in. Like, does he want things like Trick Bind for the Wastelands? Probably not. Like, he's going to have Red Elemental Ballast. He'll bring that in. Well, no, he hasn't even brought that in, has he? No. Andrea's currently done no boarding. Apart from the Jace. What did he bring in for the Jace?
Yeah, he took out the Jace, so he must have brought in something. But it's really hard to see. I'm looking at this deck list. Maybe the Echo... No Echoing Truth.
Chat could just laugh as we both lean forward and squint our eyes trying to figure out what on earth he's brought in. 15 to 60. Is there some motor visual bug? Because I can't see.
Oh, that sometimes does happen, but then it works in different ways. But I guess we're about to see as the match proceeds. He could have brought in the second procedure Mike mentions, which makes...
that'll be why we can't see it.
He brought in the second procedure. That makes sense. I didn't look at the lands. That's the one thing I missed. And Andrea, instant keep. He's got the... Well, if he finds it, he's got the turn to show and tell for Emrakul, but he doesn't. I think he... It's interesting. I might actually want to keep the Brainstorm because you've got the fetch 100%. Land.
Yeah. Without the fetch, I wouldn't, but with the fetch land, I definitely would.
Yeah. Bob, once again, has to turn 1 Delver. It's going to be interesting whether he's going to set it up with the Brainstorm or like just pray to the Delver gods. But since he doesn't
I would definitely put the advantage bar on Bob's side here, right? Like, just playing that turn 1 Delver, looking at these hands.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Andrea, unfortunately, has got a whole lot of gas here. I mean, this Impulse digs deep, so he might find the show and tell off that. Then he's got to fight through both Force of Will and now the Spell Pierce. Wow.
That's great. Yeah, definitely advantage.
Did Delver blind flip again? Oh, Bob is good. Bob is good at this game.
Bob is confirmed pretty good with insects.
Whenever I play a Delver, it's normally just a 1/1 human wizard. No, fugitive wizard. There you go. There's the show and tell. So the question is, does Andrea not just go for it? He's going to have a Spell Pierce backup. So I guess he does go for it, right? Like, if you've got some sort of counter spell. He's about to draw Brainstorm next turn. Oh, sorry, Flusterstorm as well?
Yeah,
hang on, no.
But Bob can find the days. The days is going to be huge. Because Andrea's going to go for the show and tell, Bob is going to force to fill it, Andrea's going to Spell Pierce it, and then Bob is going to daze the show and tell, I think. I would expect this to work out that way.
So Bob has 3 bits of permission here, and Andrea only has 1, so I think I know he's going to come out on top.
Yeah, but Bob can cast 2 pieces of permission, and Andrea can also like cast the Spell Pierce, and then that's it.
Yeah, and Andrea can force Pierce and daze.
Andrea can't Pierce. Can't daze.
Tap. Sorry, ignore me.
Yeah.
He definitely can daze, he definitely can force, but he cannot pierce. So here comes the spell pierce. And then you clench, and then it resolves, and then we get dazed.
I mean, the game isn't fully over yet. There's still a chance that Andrea can
of course not. I mean, there's a
find
Preordain in hand as well, right? If it's banned in Modern, it must be good enough to make a Legacy deck win.
But it's going to be pretty hard because Andrea also needs to find another piece of... Oh, whoa. No, okay. No, Bob has actually...
Wow. The entire this is a masterclass on Delver. I'm impressed.
Bob also, like, super disciplined, doesn't go for the brainstorm to potentially find a blue source to make the land drop.
I mean, he's got a bit of time, Andrea, here. So if Andrea can find absolute gas off of this Ponder and Preordain, but unfortunately he's done what sometimes this deck does, which is find hot air, another Preordain, and a Cunning Wish. Yeah,
I think what Andrea needs to hit here is like runner to even stand a chance. And then Bob still has a couple of outs, as in like Diabolic Addict or something.
I think he has to shuffle here, right? No, is he shuffling?
I mean, he's got a ton of cantrips and he's got a fetch land. He might keep it, I think. It keeps on top.
Okay.
And now he runs the two Preordains out. He finds the show and tell. And
the question is, does he feel under pressure enough just to go for it here, or does he want to sculpt his hand a bit better?
He might keep the top because he knows that Bob has a lot of soft counters, and like the more land drops he makes, the better he gets to play around something like Flusterstorm and Spell Pierce. And Bob is still only sitting on one recurring island. I think we will see Bob brainstorming at end of turn to find the second blue source, which is going to be really important. Yeah, and he goes for it. He really needs to find that second, and he doesn't. And Daze makes the Flusterstorm a little bit better. I wonder whether he's going to Daze into Flusterstorm if Andrea presents enough mana.
So, I mean, Andrea's going to have 5 mana next turn, 3 of which were Show and Tell. So he can pay for both Daze and the Spell Pierce, or Daze and the Flusterstorm? No, there'll be 3 for Flusterstorm. So he can't pay through Daze and Flusterstorm. So he's just going for it. I don't blame him. I mean, he's on 9. That was smashing his face in.
Yeah, he's 1 mana short of paying. It's unfortunate. Unless Bob tries something weird here. Like if Bob goes... No, it doesn't make sense to go for Spell.
So he flips the blue, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The blue. Yeah.
And Andrea at this point already knows he knows exactly what's up.
Yeah, he knows that he can't pay for this. Because there's going to be a need to pay 4.
If he finds another Show and Tell, well, he's going to get wastelanded, so he still needs to find another Show and Tell plus X to pay for the Spell Pierce. It's not over, but it's
not over until the
so hard for him.
The Fat Emrakul sings. Or in this case, doesn't even get a chance. It just dies to 3/2
until the Fat Insect sings. You know,
insects might actually get top 5 tribe in Legacy. Exactly, and everyone's scared of this new Buy-a-Box probably being a 16/16, but it's not a 3/2 a trample that comes down turn 1, is it? Sorry, 3/2 a flying. That's where it's at, boys and girls. That's where it's at.
I feel so sorry for Andrea. It's like Legacy before Diver and Legacy after Diver.
Anyway. I wish I could go in a time machine back to that, you know, and see it a little bit more. But this is really unfortunate for Andrea, because even if he finds the Show and Tell here...
Oh, he finds the Intuition, but he only has like 2 Show and Tells left in the deck, I would believe. There's only 2 Show and Tells left in the deck. He can't even find Show and Tell here. He can find Cunning Wish and then try to like...
And he's got no sideboard removal to use either, has he? He hasn't got any... Oh no, he has a part... Did he bring in the Red Elemental Blast? I don't think he did he?
I think it might be in the sideboard, but he doesn't.
So he doesn't have a critical mass of interaction to go into to try and kill the Delver.
But he eventually gets there. Like if he had a Pongify, I guess a Pongify is only a fog. It still gives Bob an 8.
Do they play Pongify as one of the cards?
No.
I was going to say I haven't seen that, but that'd be sick tech. Here's a monkey. Oh, by the way, you're dead because you just play Emrakul then.
End of turn monkey. It's kind of funny. Bob actually played the entire match on just this volcanic island, but it was good enough.
I was just thinking how good this one threat has been as well, where Andrea is trying to be as linear and uninteractive as possible. Well, no, he's not. That's not true. That's not fair. The deck and Andrea himself as well are interacting on the stack. Unfortunately, the Delver deck has had a threat they can interact with and more interaction on the stack than he has, and it's just not gone his way at all.
Yeah, these games are very different, but depending on whether the Delver player gets to stick an early threat or not. Like the games where you try to counter their Show and Tells, but you don't really have anything except for maybe eventually a True Nemesis, they are pretty miserable.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So Andrea is wondering whether he should... Oh, no, Bob is probably wondering about which land he should play, but I think it's pretty straightforward. You want the underground here?
Yeah. Like, more blue mana seems like the right way to do it. He's casting Ponder.
You might have actually double-checked Andrea's deck list whether he has days, which would be like a reason to keep up the additional land.
Sorry, is Andrea playing days?
No, but he maybe.
Oh, he's checking for it. He's checking for it. Sure, I'm with you. Sorry, I misheard you. I was going to say that's some sweet tech. Oh, look at that. There's a days there as well. So he's now got 2 bits of interaction again. I don't think Bob's had a single turn where he hasn't been sitting on 2 bits of like counter magic.
Yeah, this has worked out pretty well for Bob. He immediately grabbed the advantage bar, and I think he actually ate the entire box. I don't know if he has any left.
He's took it home with him. Andrea's like, oh.
I really wonder what Andrea is going for, or would be going for with this intuition, which is not going to resolve. Actually, so say Andrea finds show and tell here, it's going to resolve. Like, if the top card of his library is show and tell now, then Bob spell pierces, Andrea spell pierces back, and then show and tell resolves. So Andrea might actually be going for, I don't know, maybe assuming intuition resolves, he might just try to find force of will and then blind top deck show and tell. Man, if this is show and tell now. Oh, it's Cunning Wish. So close. And yeah. Bob takes on the match.
There was an interesting thing about Legacy is that we saw one deck perform very smoothly and very efficiently, thanks to all its cantrips, just finding permission after permission after permission on Bob's side. And then we saw the show and tell deck not do that. It had quite a bit of hot air going, where it's casting cantrip after cantrip and not really finding the combination of cards it needed, which is nice. I guess sometimes Brainstorm can get beaten by Brainstorm, right? Like,
yeah. So the winner of Traverse, you versus me, is actually going to face Bob in the next round. So I'm super happy that Bob won, because my deck can never in the world ever beat Bob. Andrea. Oh, jinxed it, damn. But yeah, and so you're going to face the winner of, wow, that's a big one. Noah Walker against BBD. Is there even like, it's the same deck and it's some crazy players, so yeah.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't expecting to beat Yavia or Caleb either, so I'm just going to keep running it back with blind luck, ripping jitties when I shouldn't.
So I'm looking for you in what would it be, the loser semifinal now. Oh, we still got a long way to go. I would actually love to get into the stage where you get to submit 3 decks. We did that in the previous seasons and was always amazing. Like, there's so much metagaming going into that.
That's the bit I'm hyped for. That's the bit I'm trying to get to, but I guess I'll grind my way back up after my first week.
I mean, yeah, that's magic. Even, like, you can always beat anyone, especially in Legacy. If you're both playing fair decks and, like, you play well, you get a decent draw, you can take down BBD, you can take down Noah Walker. You might not think it's likely, but I'm pretty sure, like, all your fans are rooting for you here.
Yeah, I'll be on the Pro Tour soon with a community invite, and then I'll have the whole community hating me as well for getting into this. No, I'm joking. That's the only way I'm ever getting. These guys all get on the Pro Tours because they're good, and I'm just like,
first, the winner of the LPL is actually going to get a Pro Tour invite.
One day. I mean, if Day 9 can get on the Pro Tour, then we can get on there via the LPL, right? That's a thing.
I remember. And he actually played against LSV, right? Didn't he? Also, like, he came pretty close to beating LSV. I watched.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, I don't think Dano's a bad player. I think he's probably an okay player, but he's just not pro level material, is he? So maybe one day, content creators like you and I can get on there just from content creation and running community stuff, and then we can scrub out like Day 9 did. You never know.
And then I sit down with the deck that, like, I had somebody ship to me the day before the Pro Tour, and it's like some weird combo deck, and somehow I take down like a pro team that's been testing in their dedicated house for a month, and then they all hate me.
What if his Legacy got to play Elves? You might stand a chance. You might get there.
Oh yeah.
What if we both the same, and they get to play Pirate Stompy, and you have to destroy my fair flagship? That would be the greatest match. And
then we'd be on stream, right? And
someone in chat just said that you're playing Mono Green Storm this LPL. That's what he's describing your deck as.
Actually, what's the Green Storm spell? Is there a Green Storm? Oh yeah, Hunting Pack.
What is it? Oh, does it make 3/3s?
I think it makes 4/4s. That's what makes it broken.
Well, I think it's also like 5 mana, perhaps, so a bit more.
It might actually be 6 mana, I believe.
But it's very expensive.
Or 7. I think it's actually 7. Somebody.
I think Tomo cast it on Commander Clash the other night against me, and I was just like, oh, that's nowhere near as good as the other Storm cards.
I think it actually used to be a card in Legacy, and by that I mean like in my local metagame a very long time ago. I can't even remember why, but some guy.
7 mana according to chat. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to say it used to be a card on Legacy because you used to play it. You'd like storm off with elves and then hunting pack, get them.
I think there was this. It was an extended deck. Mind's Desire Early Harvest deck that Chris McDaniel played in the Proto 2005, and I think a couple of people actually played hunting pack in the sideboard to, I don't know, make a couple of dudes when you couldn't win through brain freezing them. But that was a long time ago. So it wasn't actually Legacy, it was extended.
But that is showing some serious Magic history knowledge there.
Well, the guy is called Star Wars Kid. That was his nickname. So I would think you would like him too. Aren't you into Star Wars? You did a couple of Star Wars videos recently.
Oh yeah, I've got Star Wars tattoos. I'm called Kenobi, you know. I think Mike wants us to shut up and get the ex-commentators on. So it's been fun. We only got to hang out for like 15 minutes while Bob smashed Andrea's face in, which is a shame. But anyway, let's hand over. So I guess we should thank our sponsors, shouldn't we? I'll let you do that, Julian.
Yeah, so thanks a lot to Cardhoarder, which they are the guys who are really allowing us to run the league. Thanks a lot to Cardboard.live, which make sure that you can see the deck list on the side here, but also MTG The Epic Storm of Brian Cook and MTG First, your premier Legacy and Magic store in Baltimore. So thanks a lot, and I'm going to be up for the next match against Chavez now. See you guys.
Right, good luck.
Thanks.
If you've ever used their site, it's pretty obvious why Cardhoarder is one of the largest Magic Online secondary market stores. They carry a fantastic stock of eternal staples, as well as tools to manage your collection, podcasts, and articles. Ordering has never been easier, and with the arrival of automatic order delivery, your cards are transferred in a matter of minutes. Cardhoarder has been serving the community since 2005, giving back to the community with weekly events and sponsorships that make broadcasts like this possible. Visit cardhoarder.com today and see what they have to offer. You can also find them in the classifieds by searching #cardhoarder.
Are you on a quest for power? Or maybe just want to win some sweet cards? Head on down to MTG First on September 9th for their 6th Quest for Power tournament, this month featuring Mox Ruby. Located just outside Baltimore, MTG First also offers weekly Legacy tournaments every Thursday with a great card selection and a community-first approach. You can even play against notable players such as Grand Prix winner Travis Yu and Grand Prix competitor Bob Huang. Sunday, September 9th, registration begins at 10 AM. Discounted entry fee if you share the event on social media. Dual Lands and store credit also up for grabs.